So I just unboxed some amazing original art. I've said this and I will continue to say it. I have some amazing subscribers. If you want to see this art, stay tuned to the video. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. This video is going to be another A-OK haul, and for those that don't know what an A-OK is, it is actually an act of kindness. It's basically where members of the comic book community send tokens of appreciation to other members of the community. And so I was the recipient of two awesome A-OKs that I want to show you guys. The first comes from a Patreon member and also a subscriber by the name of Joa. He sent me an amazing piece of art. Technically, he sent me two pieces of amazing art that I'm going to show you guys in just a second. But the second person that I want to shout out is a fellow YouTuber by the name of Rod. And Rod runs a channel called Just a Rican and his comics. I'll put a link to his channel in the description of this video. And I definitely encourage you guys to head over to his channel and check him out. But let's get back to this art. Joa sent this to me and he would not tell me what it was. He's like, I'm going to send something to you. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So I had no clue what it was. But when it showed up, well, the package that is, I kind of figured I knew what it was. But of course, I hadn't seen it yet. And I took it out of the wrapper that it was in and was immediately blown away. And then I flipped it over and was blown away even more. I can't remember the name of the artist at the moment, but it doesn't matter because this is about Joa and this is about me. So, two fantastic pieces of art. I think the first is a print, but the second is an original piece that I think is done with watercolors. And some of those of you out there that are much more artistic than I can probably look at this thing and tell me exactly what it is. But here is the first piece. This is, I think, Black Manta. Not the biggest DC fan, but this is dope, right? This is, I believe, a print by a very talented artist. This thing is really, really cool. The details, the colors all work. The awesome shark down here at the bottom just blows me away. This was actually what I saw first when I took everything out of the package. This is what I saw first, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. But then I turned it over, and this is what I saw. Oh, this thing is awesome. So my buddy White Whale did for me. He actually created an original art piece featuring Galactus and Silver Surfer that blew me away. This piece is also very, very cool. And I think that it's watercolors. If you look at the constellation back here, you can see that they seem to be a little watercolor-like. But this is a really awesome piece of original art featuring the Silver Surfer. This dude, whoever he is, or gal for that matter, is super talented. I just wish that I had some of this talent, because you look at this, and there's an abundance of talent here. I wish I could have gotten just a little bit. But Joa, brother, I want to say thank you. This is awesome. I am about to add this to my portfolio, which is back in the corner over there as soon as this video is over. Actually, I may put it up in the back. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to go somewhere, either in the portfolio or I'll put it up in the back. But this is fantastic, and I want to say thank you to Joa and also to the artist for hooking me up with this fantastic piece, or these two fantastic pieces, I should say. And as promised, the second thing that I wanted to get to is actually an A-OK from Rod, aka Just a Rican and his comics. He sent this over to me, a stack of books with a note of appreciation, basically saying thank you for all that I do for the comic book community. So shout out to Rod. And again, if you guys aren't following him, I definitely encourage you to check him out. But he sent over a nice stack of books, and he knows that I'm getting into Batman more and more. So a couple of these are Batman books, which I absolutely appreciate. The first is a Batman Volume 3, issue number 1, fantastic cover here featuring Batman, and I think it's Gotham and Gotham Girl, I think. But this is volume 3, number 1, featuring some awesome David Finch artwork. That is a really, really cool cover. I actually had a chance to see some David Finch original art sketches a few months ago and was really blown away by this guy's line work. And this is very reminiscent of some of that unfinished art that I saw, or I should say the pencil work that I saw a few months ago. Very, very cool comic there. Looking forward to reading that one. The next one that he sent, I think, is from volume 2, I want to say. This is Batman 494. Some exaggerated ears on that cowl there, but definitely a cool looking book. That again, I'm looking forward to reading these because there's so many amazing Batman issues, stories, arcs that I have yet to read, that whenever I get one, I'm super excited to actually check these out in detail. So the next one, I think, is this a Walmart? This may be one of those Walmart books that I've heard so much about. This is a 100-page comic giant from DC. This is issue number 6, and I believe that this might be one of those Walmart issues. Those of you out there that are a little bit more knowledgeable about this than I, let me know, but that's what this looks like to me as I'm glancing at it now. But again, definitely a cool book. I think that these are partial reprints and then part original story, but I'm sure that you guys will correct me on that. But again, another cool book. And this is where it all started. Rod actually invited me to his channel to talk a little bit about comics, and the issue that he wanted me to read was one that I had not heard of before, which is part of the reason why he sent it to me. I was able to find it digitally. I read it digitally, and we had the show, and it was a good show. But this one is Spider-Man Life Story number 1, the 60s. It is, and it's a sticker on there, so I apologize for that, but it is a pretty cool cover. The great thing about this is that it basically retells Spider-Man's origin, and that's what made it such a perfect book for me to actually talk about on Rod's show, was because I already knew Spider-Man's origin, but here's the thing. I read the comic, I absolutely enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed the writing and also the artwork because there was some Mark Bagley stuff in here, so I definitely dig Mark Bagley. But this was a really cool book to read, and I'm very thankful to Rod for inviting me on the show, telling me about the book, having me read it, and then sending me the book. And I think that there are other versions of this that have come out, maybe the 70s or something like that. I want to say I saw them recently in a comic shop, but didn't pick it up, and I may have to swing back to snag it, but definitely appreciative of this. So that is essentially my mini AOK haul that I wanted to share with you guys. And again, huge shout out to the subscribers for hooking me up with these awesome comics and sketches and all this good stuff. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and certainly if you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so at Regie Collects on Instagram and regiecollects@gmail.com. And if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do so that you can stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. Take care.